Joe here with your weather forecast for your Wednesday. So we've made it to the midweek point, and we have a weather forecast for you guys that you know what to expect for the remainder of today and the week. And as we head into the weekend, we're going to talk about what's happening with Ernesto right now, and we're also going to talk about the weather that we're going to be seeing. As we're going to be seeing a little bit of a reprieve from summer, and we're going to be seeing a little bit of quite a bit of heat down across the south, the southern plains, and we're going to be seeing a little bit of a cool down out west. So we're going to jump into our first map as we have a myriad of weather conditions to talk about in today's forecast. And here's a look at our first map. And we're going to take a look at the heat down across the southern plains. So Kansas and Oklahoma, Texas, and into New Mexico, we're looking at lots of heat in place to southern Mississippi, Louisiana, and Arkansas as well. We're looking at lots of triple-digit temperatures down here across the southern plains. So Dallas down to Houston, San Antonio, over to El Paso, Santa Fe, New Mexico as well. Oklahoma City, Dodge City, Kansas, down to Little Rock and into New Orleans. So we're seeing lots of heat out there. Lots of those heat indexes in the 100s, in the 110 to 115 degree range. So very hot and dry down across the southern plains today. And we're going to be looking at continue into the week, into your Thursday as well. So very hot today and tomorrow across the southern plains. And more than likely that heat is going to continue into Friday and the weekend as well. So not any real relief in sight for the heat down across the southern plains. And here is a look at the late week weather pattern overall, where we're going to be looking at very pleasant weather across the mid-Atlantic and into the Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes. So very nice there. So we're going to see conditions relatively comfortable and pleasant. And we're going to be seeing some showers and thunderstorms across the southeast, southern Georgia to Florida. And the heat will continue across the plains, and we'll see showers and thunderstorms across the upper Mississippi River valleys, across Minnesota and the Dakotas, and maybe parts of Nebraska as well. We're going to be seeing some late week thunderstorms over in that region, some monsoon thunderstorms over the southwest, and we're going to be seeing cooler weather coming into California, and we could even possibly see a winter-type storm moving into California and the Cascades of Oregon and Washington as well, as we could see some snow in the very high mountain elevations up above 9,000 feet. We can actually see some light snow with this weekend's weather system. So some late fall type, October type weather moving in across the western United States. And here is a look again, sizzling across the southern United States, southern Texas, San Antonio, down to Del Rio in the Mexican border, in the Rio Grande. We're looking at those heat indexes up to 115 degrees, but we're looking at heat indexes between 100 and 105 all the way over into West Florida and Mobile, Alabama, Gulfport, Mississippi, New Orleans, and looking at those very high heat indexes going across the Dallas area into southwestern Oklahoma and all over into New Mexico. So very hot, very, very, very hot down across the south central U.S. and the southern plains. And also we're going to be seeing that heat begin to make a comeback, where we had a relatively mild week this week. We'll finish out the week in the Great Lakes and the Ohio Valley area, and into the, we're going to see we saw a relatively mild week, but we're going to see the heat return across the plains and into the Missouri, into the Ohio Valley, as well as across the corn. So the wheat belt, we're seeing the heat coming in there, and we're going to be seeing that heat expand up into Minnesota, Wisconsin, over to Michigan, maybe parts of Ohio, Indiana, Illinois as well. We're going to see very hot weather and humid conditions return as well as some rounds of severe thunderstorms as well. We're going to be seeing very hot conditions as summer makes a comeback at the end of the month here. Okay, so as we look at our next map, here we go. Here is our jet stream pattern, and we're going to be looking at that ridge moving across the upper Midwest, as we have a slight ridge in the Northeast and a pretty significant ridge over the western half of the United States. So that's going to make for a pleasant temperature, October-like temperatures across California and into the Pacific Northwest, and a few showers in the Northwest and along the northern tier of the country as well. Some rain and thunderstorms across the northern tier, Montana, Idaho, and into Washington and Oregon. And we're going to see very pleasant temperatures and some rain showers as well. But very hot and humid from Texas up into Minnesota and to the plains. And we're going to see warmer weather return to the mid-Atlantic and the east after our brief interlude of cooler weather and drier conditions. But we're going to see the humidity returns, and we're also going to be looking at some thunderstorms through this afternoon and into the nighttime hours. And those thunderstorms could be over the plains, so North and South Dakota, down across Nevada and Kansas, Nebraska and Kansas. And we're going to see those thunderstorms, Colorado, so Denver could see some of those thunderstorms, Scotts Bluff, and we're going to be seeing some of those thunderstorms across parts of Wyoming as well. So Casper and Laramie, those areas, we could see some potential thunderstorms over eastern Wyoming and Montana. We're going to be looking at the potential for some severe thunderstorms, and then some severe thunderstorms over North Dakota. So Minot, Bismarck, Rapid City, those regions could see some severe thunderstorms as we head through the ending of the today as well. So get ready for some isolated severe thunderstorms, and that's going to bring some heavy rain and some hail, some damaging winds that could hit up to 65 miles per hour. Some areas can see wind gusts as high as 80 miles per hour with some of those severe thunderstorms. So we're going to see some of those classic elevated high plains thunderstorms. So that's going to be, those are my favorite thunderstorms to chase and see. So I'm going to very happy. I hope to see some of our storm chasing crews out there, and hopefully they could get good pictures and video of some of the thunderstorms across the high plains later today. And we're going to also see another chance for those thunderstorms tomorrow and tomorrow night into Minnesota. So around the Twin Cities, Duluth, and then back over to Grand Forks and Fargo and into Aberdeen, South Dakota, Sioux Falls again. Fargo, those regions can see a round of severe thunderstorms tomorrow. And our primary threat is going to be heavy rainfall and some small to medium-sized hail and damaging winds around 70 miles per hour. Some areas could pick up a wind gust around 80. We can also see some of those thunderstorms down into Nebraska and Kansas as well, and over Colorado, eastern Colorado, Denver eastward toward the border with Nebraska and Kansas. We'll also see some of those severe isolated severe storms tomorrow. So get ready for a few rumbles out there for today and tomorrow across the plains. And then we'll see a nice, pleasant cool down across California and into the Great Basin area, maybe parts of Utah as well, and into Idaho. So a nice, pleasant onshore flow across California. That could bring some rain showers into the Bay Area northward toward Oregon and Washington. So we could see some rain showers make its way in. And later on, we could even see the potential for snow in the high elevations of the Sierra Nevada and across the Cascades. Again, we could see some October-like weather as we head into your Thursday through Sunday time frame. And again, there is our elevated risk for fires because not only is it going to be warm over the mountains, it's still going to be very dry and quite windy in some locations. So that's going to lead to an elevated risk for fires across the mountains. And then down in Hawaii, we got some action in the tropics as we have Tropical Storm Gilma that's going to potentially be moving across this big island of Hawaii. So we could see the potential for some tropical action across the state of Hawaii as we head into your upcoming week there. So we're going to be seeing some heavy rain potentially across Hilo and across Oahu and Maui, as well as that tropical storm passes to your west and south. Again, there is tropical storm Gilma right now as it's making its way toward the west and into the island of Hawaii. So we're going to be seeing the potential for an uptick in activity across the Pacific as things is going to be relatively quiet right now across the Atlantic. There's nothing of interest right now. We do have some tropical waves trying to come off of the Cape Verde Islands right now. But right now, we have a lot of wind shear and a lot of dry air in the mid-levels. We have the dust coming off the Sahara, so it's not very conducive right now for any significant tropical development across the Atlantic. And if I'm being completely honest, this tropical season is shaping up to be shaping up to be a bust right now as we head into the month of September. And August and September are the busiest times for the tropical Atlantic, so it's kind of shaping up to be a bust. We have a weakening La Nina. Hopefully, it's forecast to slightly trend upward and with the La Nina as we head in toward the late fall and the winter time. So we could have a weak to moderate La Nina as we head into November and December. And here is a look at the potential for rainfall across the Hawaii area and through Saturday and Sunday. And as we head into the weekend, we can see the potential there for rainfall for your Sunday and into next Monday. So we're going to be seeing the potential for as much as 20 inches of rain across the western side of the big island of Hawaii as Tropical Storm Gilma makes its way towards the Hawaiian Islands. And again, we could see some winds associated with that, and we could see some winds up to 80 miles per hour. So we do have that chance for high winds across the Hawaiian Island chain as well as we head into your Saturday, Sunday, and Monday time frame as Tropical Storm Gilma begins to affect the Hawaiian Islands. Again, here's a look at our tropical low making its way towards the Hawaiian Islands, and we're going to see the potential as we head toward the weekend. And again, tropical storm, what's left of former Hurricane Ernesto, making its way toward the Great Britain and the North Atlantic. So we're going to be seeing the remnants of Hurricane Ernesto is now an extratropical system across the North Atlantic, and that's going to be bringing a lot of rainfall across Great Britain. So England, Scotland, and Ireland and Wales will see a lot of rainfall from the remnants of Hurricane Ernesto, as well as some windy conditions as well. So here is a track that Ernesto is going to take. It's going to hit Scotland. So we're going to see that mostly move across Scotland and Wales, but it's going to move just to the north of Ireland and England as well. So, but we're going to see most of that energy focus across Northern Ireland, Wales, and Scotland. Again, we're going to look at some rainfall chances across. We're going to see heavy rain across northern Scotland, so Ireland and Scotland. So Scotland, we're going to see lots of heavy rain as the remnants of Tropical storm Ernesto makes its way toward the east-northeast. And we're going to also see some wind gusts with that as well. As going to see those gusts in low tropical storm speeds to about 40 miles per hour. So 40 to 60 with some gusts to 60 miles per hour. And we're going to be seeing that through your Wednesday and Thursday over there in our friends in Great Britain. So they're going to be dealing with the remnants. And this is often what happens with tropical storms and hurricanes in the Atlantic. After they rotate around the Bermuda High, they eventually end up across the North Atlantic. They may affect Great Britain, or they could affect Iceland, and they may end up near Finland and Norway and Sweden. So they often end up in this region after they get finished with the tropics, or the U.S. or Canada, if they've affected our region. So this is typically what happens with tropical storms. They end up over northern Europe somewhere. So that is your weather forecast, and all the heat across the southwest, the southern plains. We got the western southwestern monsoon still producing thunderstorms across Arizona and eastern California, across the mountains and deserts. We're going to see things slowly warm up across the east, the northeast, the Great Lakes, the upper Midwest. We have chances of thunderstorms across the plains today and tomorrow. We're going to see some slight thunderstorm chances return to Minnesota, in Oregon, not Oregon, but Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, down to Nebraska, North and South Dakota. Again, get ready for those thunderstorms, and we're going to be seeing that through your Thursday. And other than that, so pretty that heat across the south, and our cooler weather moving into the west coast. October-like conditions. We're going to see highs in Central California, in the Bay Area, 50s and 60s. We can see, and in the Pacific Northwest, could be 50s and 60s with cool rain showers. So get ready for a refreshing change from the oppressive heat out west. So a nice onshore flow and a fall-like weather system that's going to bring cooler, cloudy, and wetter conditions for those regions. So that'll do it for today's weather forecast. I'll be back tomorrow with another video for you guys. Bye-bye and have a great day.